Thank you.
Good, good. I just was kind of wanting to sum up what I was hearing on the presentation was going on. I guess from last quarter, well, last year you had a balance left over across the board that can be generated into the new year, fiscal year coming up as the mayor begins to put his plan in place. And one of the questions was addressing how homelessness or issues of affordable housing could be looked at. And one of the things I wanted to make sure that I heard you as the majority or the priority things are in place are how police, fire, and what was the third one?
Those aren't necessarily the priorities. Those are just the largest cost drivers of the budget.
Okay. You did mention that HS would have some facet or some factor of the levy budget that she was speaking of, with that small amount, that small income, would go into some facet of the human services. Was that something that
No, I think that's exactly right. I think what we're trying to emphasize is that we're hoping that when revenue comes out in February, right now we've got a gap of $150 million. What we're hoping to see is that perhaps some of the surplus will be then reflected in that next revenue estimate and allow us to be able to use that money going forward to help offset some of these potential reductions right now that we may be facing because of the cutbacks in the federal government. So right now we have a very difficult situation with a 3% gap in our budget mostly because of federal cuts. And we're hoping that as we get hopefully these new residents moving in, that revenue will allow us to offset some of those cuts and not impact services. So you're right on that. Certain things like estate tax, though, I mean that is a one-time thing. We're not expecting the same level of mortality here in the city that we had that year. So it's not something you can
Are you leaving?
Is there any more questions?
No, we gotta get down to the rest of the agenda.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for having me here. Thank you, guys.
Okay, we're gonna consider most of this as part of the public comment period. So unless you have any other questions later, we can try to accommodate you. 'Cause we're gonna kind of run out of time. Summary. Okay.
I'm Schroeder's feeling, defense rebuild